we are leaving where we stayed last night, which was in Missouri, and it was another stormy night. I'm beginning to think the storms just chase us wherever we go. But now we're headed toward Bentonville, Arkansas for a fun week. But we've just found out that a lot of the roads are flooded. So
yeah, the interstate's closed. I-49 is closed till 7:30 tonight. So now I'm in panic mode because I don't know this route that I'm chosen, and it could be flooded too for all I know.
Let's let the good times roll.
We did call ahead to make sure that the our RV park is okay, and yes. She said yeah, it was fine, that there was a little bit of water standing but nothing major, so we'll let you know.
Nothing to do. These days they come and go.
We're about to head to the Crystal Bridges Museum, which was one of the things that we had on our list of things to do in Bentonville, but we're both feeling incredibly conflicted.
Feeling guilty, yeah.
About what to do. The devastation here is just, it really is, it's heartbreaking, and we had to drive through.
Following Sunday morning storms across Arkansas. That includes 3 deaths in Benton County. We have a crew in Montague today working to learn more about the person who died.
Heartbreaking, and we had to drive through a couple of neighborhoods to get to where we are right now, and you know, families are out front trying to get trees off of their houses and out of the roads, and it's just, we're just absolutely blown away at how broad and wide and awful.
Yeah, this is Monday, Memorial Day, and this tornado came through like at 1:30 a.m. Saturday night or early Sunday morning, and we got here 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Really didn't know, other than your parents calling saying, hey, we heard Bentonville got flooded and wind damage, but man, it is more than wind damage. I don't know if I've ever seen tornado or wind damage like this everywhere. I mean, you can't drive out of it. We haven't driven out of it yet. We are going to try to go to the museum, Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art.
And check it out. We've heard great things about it. So.
Yeah.
Follow-up. Don't hire me to what's it called? Appraise art. I have no idea what makes art, because that was some crazy stuff that we saw in there.
Yeah, I realized, or maybe recognized, that I'm not culturally capable
culturally capable.
I'm not capable of appreciating if that's art. I like Steph said, she drew some of that in the 6th grade. And so one of the biggest, newest titles or paintings was untitled. It looked like somebody dropped paint on the floor, and there you go.
If that's your thing. If that is your thing, it's a lovely museum. I mean, it's nice. There's a lot of things in there.
And they're expanding. Looks like a big expansion project going underway right now. So.
But the exquisite creatures was just that. I mean, that was fascinating.
It was glorified taxidermy, is all it was. It was colored dead animals behind glass. That's what they should have called it.
So we are driving into Fayetteville this morning, which is really the whole entire reason that we're over here in Arkansas. So when everybody was asking why we were coming toward Bentonville, Fayetteville, this is why.
Yeah, it was a combination. Steph wanted to visit her where she was born, not the hospital, but just the area.
So yeah, so I was born in Fayetteville. I've written that on every indication or every question ever in my life about where were you born? Fayetteville, Arkansas. I've never been to Fayetteville, Arkansas.
You have. You just don't remember.
Well, I mean, yes. Obviously, I didn't make that up. I was born there, but I've never been back to Fayetteville, Arkansas. So that was part of the reason I wanted to come over here and just kind of see what it was all about. My dad has been a die-hard Razorbacks fan my whole life, so I have a feeling that I'm going to see a lot of hogs.
Yeah. We also are going to go visit the university to see your dad's name on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
where
so
they
something cool they do
graduate.
is everybody that graduates, they put their name in the sidewalk. So that's
year,
going to be
yeah.
fun in the year they graduated. So we're going to go find my dad's name. And we're also going to a farmer's market this morning that I hope is, it's probably not a big one because they do it twice a week during the weekdays, and then they do it on Saturdays as well. But the one that we wanted to go to in Bentonville is obviously probably not going to happen this week. So we thought we would head over here. And we're about an hour later than I wanted to be, but that's kind of how I roll. I've heard about my daddy's name being in the sidewalk at the University of Arkansas, and there are hundreds of thousands of names here. I guess they do this for everybody. So we were just walking along. I was looking down, looking at names, but it was right there. Absolute miracle that we found it. So exciting to find 54 years later. Now we're driving way out in the country because my mom said there was a restaurant that they used to take their guests to when they would visit, when they lived in Fayetteville. So we're going to see if it's still there after all these years. But it's way out off the beaten path. It's in Springdale, off the beaten path in the country. because we made a decision to leave Bella Vista and head towards Shoals, which I can honestly say I've never heard of in my life. State park, which lots and lots of the YouTube videos we watched said this was the best state park in Arkansas. So we're pretty excited that we were able to secure a site there. Actually, it's supposed to be on the water.
Yeah.
So we're super excited about that.
And near a dam. And this wasn't our first option, but ended up maybe being the best option because of availability. We looked at a couple other state park campgrounds and a couple of private resort, quote unquote, campgrounds. But this one was the one we felt the best about.
Yeah, so we did call just to make sure that they did not get damaged, and we've actually been seeing, and we're about 25 minutes away. We have been seeing still lots of uprooted trees, but the lady we talked to last night said that the park, other than just a few down trees, was in pretty good shape. So hopefully we'll be able to do some hiking, and yeah, so we got to do pretty much everything we wanted to do, with the exception of just lots of biking in Bentonville. So we're pretty excited that we're just basically picking up and doing something we weren't planning on doing, and we may discover something that we had no idea how fantastic it is. So
a new adventure.
That's what this is all about. I will say, through this experience, I can't imagine being full-timers and having to constantly figure out where you're going to stay in places you're not familiar with, because that is stressful. But I'm grateful for reviews. So thank you guys, anybody who does campground reviews, and we need to do better about doing that because they are certainly super helpful. So super grateful that we could find some reviews and discover a new park. We just had a really yummy dinner at Gaston's, not Gaston's.
Gaston's.
We were trying to make it a little French. It was not.
Beauty and the Beast guy, not the restaurant.
But Gaston's.
But it was kind of swanky, really, for
swanky
for an Arkansas River restaurant. I thought it was kind of nice. Really,
it was very nice.
Maybe upscale a little bit. I mean,
yeah. It's funny because we stopped in there when we got here Wednesday. We hadn't showered. We were nasty. We'd been driving all day, thinking we were gonna like go in there and grab a burger. And fortunately or unfortunately, they were closed because they had lost power. And so she told us tonight, our waitress, that they were out of power from Sunday to Tuesday
evening,
and had to throw everything away and start all over. And so they'd had a rough week, but we would have been quite out of place had we walked in there Wednesday night looking like we looked. But, so
we did get reservations, so that's swanky to me. So, but really good food. I mean, locally sourced trout, which neither one of us got, but they had some other really good menu options. So it was good food and great key lime pie.
Yeah,
dessert. So.
It was yummy. So we've kind of been inside all day today. It has rained and rained and rained and rained
all
some
day.
more, rained and rained and rained. But the good news is there was a lot of baseball to watch, and I actually read a book and a half. So that was a good day, but the sun's just now coming out. The fog's kind of rolling up down the river, and we're just going to get out and walk around a little bit. Why is that funny to you?
This sounds like a song. The fog's rolling down the river. But it technically is.
It is rolling down the river.
It's really pretty out. It's really calm, and right at sunset, and there's people out fishing, so we're trying not to be too loud. But
It's chilly too.
Yeah.
But we give Bull Shoals State Park 2 thumbs up. That's our mark. I feel feels like being in a Tennessee state. Some of our favorite Tennessee state parks for sure. It's been a great place to stay. So I'm glad we found it. We may come back here.
Yeah, kudos to Arkansas State Park system because the only one we've been to that I'm aware of. But yeah, really similar to Tennessee state parks and really well maintained and great layout in this park anyway. So
super pretty. So I think we were pretty lucky to get a spot from what we understand. When we talk to people, they're like, what? We booked ours a year ago.
Exactly, yeah.
So that was quite the blessing that we were able to swing in here last minute and make some last minute changes. But
we're guessing because of the storm, maybe some cancellations came through, but there were still only 2 spots when I called Wednesday morning, honestly. Yeah.
But we got one of the best ones in the whole park.
Perfect.
On the water.
On the water, plenty.
Spread out.
Perfectly level. Yeah, it's really great. And really cool. I will show some video of the dam of the White River that dams up Bull Shoals Lake. It's a hydroelectric dam, but the cool thing is, just reading the history, is I think it was built in the 50s, but they released the water from the bottom of the dam on the riverside, which creates a cooler temperature on the river, the tailwater as they call it. That's why since the mid-50s they've stocked trout, which are not native to Arkansas, but now it's become, over the last 70 years or so, world famous trout fishing, which is kind of cool, I think. So anyway, a little history of the area.
History of the trout fishing, but it's definitely cooler down here by the water.
It cools off the entire park when they raise the water level. It's kind of cool.
And I've been amazed. I'm watching a squirrel right now. The squirrels are the least bit intimidated by us. Today I sat on our couch and watched 2 literally have they were on the camper like it was a playground.
They were running on our roof.
They were climbing up the ladder, running on the roof, playing all around. So they've been entertaining.
And our neighbors have been feeding them a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's been so much fun.
They're used to
watch
humans.
the squirrels and the birds and a lot of nature. So that's just sitting in the camper watching the squirrels play. It's been entertaining to me. It doesn't take much these days.
No.
So.
But tomorrow we head home, and we've got, 400 miles or so, and 6 to 7 hour drive probably up through similar way we came, through Poplar Bluff, Sykes, and Paducah down back to Tennessee.
Yep.
But a good week-long camp trip.
Miss my puppies terribly. Can't wait to see them. So I'm not ready to go home, but I am ready to go see the boys. That's an argument that we have quite a bit when camping is I feel like I have to at least have showered to go eat in a restaurant. Mark could not care less.
Well, I showered yesterday. It's close enough.
Anyway, we'll be home shortly, about 2.5 hours, which is great. Another great week. I am ready. I always say I'm not ready to go home. This time I am ready to go home, not because I just miss my dogs.
You missed your dogs.
I do. I miss my dogs. I'm ready to be home soon.
That's funny because I love our dogs. They've been with us for almost 14 years, but I don't enjoy them going camping with us just because they're a little bit of trouble. They're not a lot of trouble, but if we go somewhere, we usually don't take them with us on hikes or if we're going somewhere. But I don't know. I mean, I do miss them too, but probably I'm okay with them not being in our camper because they're very shady.
These days